When I think about Korean comfort classics, I think of something called Galbi Jjim, which is a Korean braised short rib dish. In today's recipe, we're going to be making it a little healthier by taking out the sugars and using monk-free sweetener and taking out a little bit of the fats during the cooking process. We're also going to be meal prepping it for the week, so let's get cooking up, guys! In today's recipe, we're going to be looking at how we can make fall off the bone Galbi Jjim. We're going to be making a healthy version since we're going to be meal prepping these as well, so let's get cooking it up. So the ingredient list will be down in the description below, so make sure you get everything before you start this recipe. Let's start it off with 2 pounds of pork ribs. We got a couple green onions, any kind of mushroom, 1 carrot, a couple red peppers, and 1 potato to finish. We got 3 tablespoons of minced garlic and 1 tablespoon of minced ginger. We got a 1/3 cup of chopped green onions. We got a 1/2 cup of monk-free sweetener. We got 1 cup of soy sauce and 4 tablespoons of sesame oil. We got black pepper to finish, and we didn't show it here, but we also have 1 cup of water and a 1/3 cup of cooking wine. Let's start off the recipe by dicing up our veggies. Carrots, potatoes, and mushrooms are a must when it comes to Galbi Jjim, so let's make sure we get these into bite-sized pieces. You can really add any vegetable you want, but these vegetables just soak up the braising liquid, which really complements the dish. If you're someone going for low carb, then these veggies can totally suffice for the starch in your meal. Now that the veggies are all cut up, let's make the sauce that will eventually flavor our meat. Into a bowl, let's add in 1 cup of soy sauce, 1 cup of water, 1/2 cup of monk-free sweetener, a 1/3 cup of cooking wine, a 1/3 cup of chopped green onions, 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic, 1 teaspoon of chopped ginger, and 4 tablespoons of sesame oil. This creates these amazing flavors when combined with the fat of the pork ribs, and there's something so nostalgic about it for any Korean food lover out there. This is my mom making this recipe, so we know it's gonna be amazing. She literally makes the best Korean food, and it's such a blessing to be her son. Now let's put the pork ribs into the wok and submerge them with some water. Crank up the heat to high and let the water get to a boil. Once it gets to a boil, let's continue to cook this for around 15 minutes so we can render off some of the fat and so all the impurities can float to the top. This step gets rid of some of the fat, but very minimally. Pork ribs are pretty fatty, so if you're looking for an alternative, you can also just use chicken breast here, which won't really be Galbi Jjim anymore, but you'll still have those same awesome flavors that make it so delicious. You can also use beef ribs here, which will be a little higher in protein. After the ribs have cooked for around 15 minutes, let's drain out the water and get to adding in the flavors. The first thing we want to do here is add the sauce that we made from earlier. We're going to need to move them around a bit to get them nice and coated around that sauce. After everything is nice and incorporated, let's add in another cup of water with some of the green onions we cut from earlier. Then let's turn the heat to medium and let the water boil off to around half of its initial volume. This will take around 40 minutes or so, and by that time, you'll have this deeply sticky and ultra flavorful braising liquid that is honestly freaking sippable. It'll be sweet, savory, and garlicky, which are really the 3 kings when it comes to flavor. After the water is done boiling off, let's add in the potatoes first since they take the longest to cook through, then the carrots because they take the second longest, and the mushrooms since they don't really matter too much in terms of cooking time. Let that sit for another 5 minutes, and then we can add in our other veggies last, which will keep their color nice and vibrant for when we plate them. This stuff is honestly one of my favorite Korean dishes, and it's perfect for if you're looking to put on some size for your fitness goals. After the Galbi Jjim is done cooking, let's get onto my favorite part about meal prepping, which is going to be the plating as usual. I've been eating this all week since the gym has been absolutely crazy, and it was so nice to have a quick and easy meal that was loaded with calories to fuel my super active day. We added 150 grams of brown rice to each of these bento boxes, which I only did because I needed the calories throughout each of the days. You can take out the rice if you're looking for a keto-friendly option, or if you're looking to put on some size, make sure to pack more rice in there. This is why meal prepping is so cool. You can control your nutrition to fit your fitness goals. Have fun with it and play around with what works for you. If you're looking for some awesome bento boxes, then I'll make sure to put the link for these in the description below. These are pretty amazing and the meat just fell out the bones even after a couple days in the fridge. My mom's Galbi Jjim really can't be beat, and this version of it had no sugar at all. I'll make sure to put the nutrition facts in the description below. We're having so much fun making these videos, guys. If you want to support the channel, or if you're looking for more of our written recipes that we haven't featured on the channel, then make sure to check out our cookbook, which we'll link on the right hand corner. Play around with these meals and don't make it exactly like we did. Use a different kind of meat, different portion of carbs, or no carbs at all. This world is your oyster, so make sure that you make it fit for whatever works for your diet and your lifestyle.